Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Beatrice and I'm the owner of Slidesho, a presentation design agency based in Sydney. Now, in today's video, I would like to share with you my tips for what not to do when presenting. So many of us are not natural presenters. I would say the majority of people are probably have stage fright. They don't feel confident with public speaking. So for those people that are not confident, this video is for you. The first thing to not do is don't wing it. So don't just turn up at the venue and think, okay, this is fine, I'm going to be fine. You need to rehearse. So you may want to rehearse with friends, colleagues, but just run through the presentation several times. You can run through it on your own and rehearse out loud. So don't just do it, internally, but actually get up and rehearse it out loud and rehearse it with as many people as you can. So tip number 1, do not wing it. Be prepared. Tip number 2 is don't arrive late. Arriving late, automatically you're going to be stressed. You're stressed already because you will have to stand in front of a whole lot of people and you'll have to speak to them, and adding that extra layer of stress is definitely not what you need. So plan ahead, make sure you arrive early. It's always better to be there early. You don't have to go straight into the venue, the meeting, but you might want to sit down and have a cup of coffee before you go in if you've got the time. So arrive on time. My next tip is not to speak too fast. So one of the things that happens is that as soon as we become nervous, we tend to speak a lot faster. Now, if you have been allocated 10 minutes to do a presentation and all of a sudden you're speaking really quickly, you're going to be finished after 5 minutes. And then what do you do with the rest of your time? So really try and slow down, use breathing exercises if you have to, pause as well, but remember to speak at a normal speed. The next tip is don't read. Try to avoid reading. You might have some notes or dot points in your note section of the presentation. That's fine. Just don't have everything that you're going to say. So don't have like a full script of everything that you're going to say, but just have some like little dot points in your note section. Or if you want to go the old-fashioned way, just have some cards and just with a couple of words or dot points, just so that they would jog your memory. You don't want to be reading your slides and have the audience fall asleep, basically. The next tip is don't speak too softly. Now, there might be instances where you will have a microphone, but there might be other instances where you will not. So voice projection is very important, and also posture, because that will impact on your voice. So try and make sure that the people at the back can hear you, and you may want to start out at the very beginning of the presentation, just ask the audience at the back, can they hear you okay? And then just have that in the back of your mind to remember to have your voice at a level where everyone in the room can hear you. My final tip is not to hide. There are instances where you might be standing behind a stand, so you don't need to stay there the entire time. Unless, of course, there's a microphone and that's the only place the microphone is. If you can't just, grab the microphone in your hand and then walk away, but try and move if possible. If you're wide, if you've got a small mic, then I definitely encourage you to just move around the floor and have eye contact with your audience. Give it just make it a little bit more dynamic than just standing in the same spot the whole time. Always keep in mind that your audience's time is valuable and they're there to get something out of your presentation. And I honestly believe that by keeping some of these tips in mind, not only will you feel good about what you've just delivered, but your audience will also walk away having been engaged and hopefully learning as well along the way. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a big thumbs up, and perhaps you'd like to share the video with a colleague. And you're welcome to also leave a message in the comments below. Thank you for watching.